Larry, I want to talk about a defense that wasn't even out there long enough to break a sweat almost in the entire first half. The Steelers' first 5 drives netted -9 yards on 15 plays. If you can hold any team in football to -9 yards over the course of 15 consecutive plays, you're rocking and rolling. And that defense came out dominating the line of scrimmage. They basically snuffed out the Pittsburgh Steelers' chance to even compete in that game before they even picked up a first down. It was 20-0. And it was a 5-sack afternoon for a defensive line that ate. Obviously, no one ate better than Drake Jackson, and we will talk about him, Larry. But I thought Nick Bosa proved that just being in great shape isn't necessarily football shape. I think Bosa is about to unleash holy hell on this league starting next week. He was really good. He wasn't prepared to be great. So Drake Jackson picked up that greatness, and we saw Hargrave get a sack. I think Kerry Heidler had the other of the 5 sacks, and it was just a day for Eric Armstead. It was a day, Larry.
Cleveland Farrell on that first series.
Cleveland Farrell, hello. How are you?
Big Clee doing his thing.
Seriously. So exemplary day for a defensive line which collapsed the pocket and prevented, Najee Davis from doing anything.
Yeah, Najee Harris.
Najee Harris.
First of all, Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw are what I would call in their super prime.
Yeah.
So Palmetto's has their super food. Greenlaw and Warner are in the super prime. They're absolutely right.
The prime cut of the prime.
The prime of prime. The primo of prime. No, I mean, seriously, Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. How about the hit that Warner had? First of all, Warner almost had a pick 6, dropped it.
Yep.
Greenlaw in the second half acted like he was allowing guys to catch the ball in front of him so that he could physically hurt them. He seriously was hitting like a truck in the second half of the game. How about the Fred Warner starch hit on Najee on the first run to the left?
Larry,
when he tried to run it through the guard and tackle hole.
It's the kind of hit that stays in a running back's mind all day.
Exactly. It was the Ronnie Lott, Ickey Woods Super Bowl 23 hit, where it's just like, hey, you're going to give me a power back running upright through the hole? Well, guess what? I'm going to smack him in the face on his very first play. I thought Warner and Greenlaw are in their super prime playing at a crazy level. And then Bosa has now got a tag team guy in Drake. I said it in April, I said it in May. Drake's going to have double digits. He's going to have double-digit sacks this year. And he's a force. He's got a great motor. Now, you got him opposite Bosa. You've added Hargrave to your front. I thought Kinlaw played probably his best game in a long, long time. And the 49ers, right before our eyes, their young DBs are coming of age. Diamador Lenore put on great weight. He had 10 tackles. 8 of them were solo. Hufanga will absolutely knock the snot out of your nose. He's a big-time player. He had a tackle for a loss, a number of big hits. Ambry Thomas was strong. Mooney Ward was strong. We even saw Jair Brown make some tackles on special teams. Samuel Womack did some good things. So the young DBs are growing up, Damon. The 2 linebackers in the middle they rival Willis and Bowman. They rival anything the Niners have had. I mean, Greenlaw and Warner are right there. And then now you've got this front with double-team Hargrave, double-team Bosa. Drake's getting one-on-ones all day, all night. They look good. They looked really, really good on defense. And let's try to – I know there's a lot of people out there that only watch the Niners. If you don't watch the Steelers, then you didn't see them in the preseason. In the preseason, Kenny Pickett led 5 offensive drives. Those 5 offensive drives produced 5 touchdowns.
He looked like Ben Roethlisberger in the preseason.
He was great in the preseason. They got 3 good running backs. They got good weapons, good tight end. an average to above average offensive line.
Did you see?
And the Niner defense just handed them their jocks and just said, you know what? Thanks for coming. We're snuffing you out. I mean, they didn't get their first down until the 2-minute warning of the first half.
Did you see
at home
the post-game quote of Kenny Pickett? He was basically like, yeah, we moved the ball all over the place in the preseason. He's like, I think the 49ers are a little bit better than some of the teams we played in the preseason.
It's so funny that you said that because I talked to Demo Lenore last week at his locker, and I said, hey, Demo, look at the Steelers on film. What do they look like to you? Because to me, I watched all those games. They looked impressive. And with Damon, I swear to you, he said the exact same thing. He's like, well, and he's trying to be respectful. But he's like, well, nothing against those teams or anything, but, I think our defense is a little bit better than what those defenses are. And sure enough, he was right.
Look, I mean, not to go over old ground, but as you're evaluating 2 Tuesday interceptions in training camp, at no point in time was the point ever brought up, hey, this person's playing against this defense. So
right.
You're going to make more mistakes against that defense in practice than other quarterbacks make in their practices against their defenses. It's the old Harbaugh iron sharpening iron.